I've been continuing my walk around and I came across the Hennessey stand and I found Nathan Malinick, who is the Director of Design for Hennessey. Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Very good, very good. I actually saw the F5 Roadster up in the sort of, I guess it's called the canyons around here, a couple of days ago doing some tracking shots.
Oh, you got a scoop.
I was driving a car and I saw you in the rear view. I think you sort of drove past.
Yeah.
And I said to my passenger, I was like, what on earth is that? And he was like, oh, I think it was a McLaren. I was like, no. And then we saw you go past again. And I was like, oh, it's the F5 Roadster. So I've not even seen a normal F5 yet. So talk me through the basic.
Yes.
I say basic, what is an F5?
So an F5 is our first in-house, fully developed and designed, ground-up hypercar.
Yeah.
We had the Venom GT, what was it, 2013, I think. And that was loosely based off of a Lotus Exige.
Yeah, loosely.
If you remember, loosely, yeah. And set some speed records and was a great car for us. But we wanted to go the next level and really make everything ourselves. So it's our own bespoke carbon tub. Everything that you see on the car is either carbon fiber, titanium, aluminum, or Inconel.
Yeah.
There's over 3,000 bespoke parts, not including the engine and transmission. So that is the F5 Coupe, and we want it to be the fastest car in the world. So we've currently done 272 in our testing kind of development program, and that was done earlier in the year. And so the Roadster is kind of like the evolution of that. So it's kind of hard to make this car more exciting. The only thing you can do is kind of like start taking things off of it. So that's what happened with the Roadster.
Yeah, and then presumably the Roadster was in the pipeline always. With the tub, that makes it a bit easier to do.
Yeah, carbon tub definitely makes it easier to do. We did have to strengthen some aspects of it, so it's about 100 pounds heavier. I don't know what that would be in kilograms.
An amount?
Yeah, some amount.
20 kilos, I don't know.
It's not much. You can just go on a little bit of a diet for a couple months and even it out. But yeah, so that's basically the car. It's now, to get the top speed, if you want to go like over 300 miles an hour in the Roadster, you need to have the top on the car.
Okay.
So it's going to be limited.
Just in case you were going to go 300 miles an hour.
Yeah, I know you guys like to drive fast in the M40 or whatever. Yeah, so that's the Roadster.
Which looks completely bonkers. I guess, what sort of things have you had to adapt and build in with the aim of running at that sort of speed? Because presumably it all gets quite challenging when you get to high twos.
It definitely does. And in general, as a company, we're all about simplicity. So, for instance, there's no active aero on the car because we didn't want to take the risk at those speeds that something fails.
Yeah.
So everything's mechanical. It's a ground effect car with all the downforce being pretty much under the car. So when it came to, Coupe versus Roadster, like I said, there's really not a lot of differences, especially with the roof on. It's going to perform just like the Coupe will do.
Yeah. Is it slightly less refined? I say refined because I imagine this car is quite loud, so you're going to get a lot of engine noise anyway.
It's very loud. If you haven't heard it, we'll have to turn it on for you. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty American. It's like, I don't know how else to say it. And we're from Texas. And we love that, and we want to really play that up, and so it's a classic American, like, it sounds like a real muscle car in a lot of ways.
Just taken to the extreme.
Oh yeah, because it revs out to like, 8,500 RPM, which is pretty high, 6.6 liter twin turbo V8.
Okay, yeah.
Makes a just glorious sound. Yeah, shakes the whole building.
I bet that is, a lot of fun.
It is.
What about things like, so now we've got this sort of high speed race, top speed race thing going on, but like there isn't really anywhere, apart from maybe some roads in Texas, that you can do 300 miles an hour. Do you think you guys will try, go for that, or just sort of happy to go, well, we know we could do it, but we don't actually necessarily have the place?
Yeah, good question. We probably don't have to do it, but we said we're going to do it, and we're determined to do it. It's no different than, Bugatti going whatever speed they did, 304.6, or Koenigsegg or whoever's trying to make a top speed run, where in the world can you really do that? Very few places.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like the Burj Khalifa in a sense. Do you really need a building like a mile tall in the sky? No, not really. But it's just cool that you can do it.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of our thinking on it too. And so our customers, they're never gonna, not never. Surely someone will try and do it, but it's the fact that it can. We engineered it to do it, so it's an incredible machine, and that's really kind of what it's about.
Yeah. And okay, having a super high top speed, the byproduct of getting a car that can do that is up to 150 or whatever. It's just monstrous performance.
It is, and I will say too, like especially with the Roadster and taking the top off, it's not a car that you really have to drive like some of these new supercars, hypercars. They're just not that fun
At all.
like below 150 because it's just so easy. But this thing is so raw. It's like a rocket strapped to your back. I mean, I was fortunate enough to be the first one to drive the Roadster, and I only took it up to like 75, and it was just gave me chills driving it. It was so much fun. So, and it really is more than just top speed. We're really proud of the fact that it's kind of a decathlete. So yes, it's very fast, and that's its main purpose, but it handles amazingly well. Turn in, grip, all that. It's a great driver's car.
Yeah. You're responsible for the design of this.
Yeah.
It must have been quite interesting going, I don't know when you joined the company, but like with the previous car versus this, presumably this is a whole different ball game.
It's
being able to ground up.
Yeah,
design.
it's like a kid in a candy shop, really. So I came on basically to head up an in-house design presence. Because the Venom F5 is the first of many. So to establish our own design DNA at a OEM world-class level, that is the goal, and to create a brand that will span for generations is our goal. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's an incredible opportunity.
What are some of your favorite design elements?
Oh man, that's tough. That's like I've got 3 kids. It's like asking which is your favorite child.
Yeah, but I'm going to ask because we all know that there is one that one's preferred.
Yeah, it might be a weird one.
Okay, go for it then.
But I love the vents behind the front wheel arches. We're going to get real nerdy here.
Yeah.
So we took it. I'm a huge F1 fan. And we took this concept directly from F1, which is there's vents behind the front wheel arches that create these little air curlicues that are high pressure zones that suck the air back onto the body. So it's like a virtual body side.
Okay.
And it's just really cool how that worked out. So I like that a lot. But inside the car, there's so many little touches where we, like on the door handles, you can see the Texas flag that's milled into, solid aluminum, or on the exterior, the rear bumper, it's the largest piece of milled carbon fiber in the automotive industry. So all those holes, you can't see them if you're listening to this, but there's a bunch of holes on the rear, and it's milled after the piece is molded.
I love when you can see into the back of a car, and you get in and you're like, oh yeah, you can sort of see the innards of what's going on in the engine and the powertrain and stuff.
Yeah.
It's always a really cool feature.
Yeah, and especially on the Roadster. So that's one thing that's different to the Coupe is this is debuting our new engine cover, where it's got a window in there, and you can see it. You can see some of the gold leaf. You can see the intakes and
because
everything.
on the Coupe you can't see.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and that looks. Well, it's always nice to see an engine, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
What was the reason on the Coupe to not have a
weight? So this is under 3,000 pounds.
Right.
The Roadster's over, and that's okay.
But it was like a nice limit to get under.
Yeah, we did, like that's literally the reason. We went to every extent to keep that car as light as it could be.
Yeah.
The Roadster, it's okay because this is more of a car. Yes, it's all about performance and all these other things, but it's really about the experience.
Yeah.
You're in Monaco, you're in California on the coast, and you want the top down.
Yeah.
That's really what it's about.
Yeah, 100%. And the roof off adds a lot of like virtual miles an hour to the experience.
So much drama. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I was saying. At like 75, I felt like my hair was on fire. It's just amazing. So yeah.
Well, they're very cool looking things. So well done.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for letting me have a little poke around.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Yeah, cool. Enjoy the rest of the event.
You too. Appreciate it. Thanks, Sam.
Sweet.